Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Larry, and you're watching the movie Cranks. And first I want to start this review off by the obvious. This has taken me a long time to get to this review. Me and Mike went and seen this one Thursday night. The night it came out, we were so excited. That night, we just didn't have time. Christmas comes, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. It's all a mess, and we just haven't had time to get to this review. So I'm going to do it real quick. I may not even edit this one up. I just wanted to talk about the Rise of Skywalker. I made a first thoughts video on this one to begin with. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not, where I basically said I thought that the critics were wrong about this one, that it wasn't as bad as they were saying. Not saying that it's a great movie or anything. And I still will stick to that. If you go into this movie and you turn your brain off, you're going to have fun. You're going to like this movie. If you turn your brain off, like I said, because the CGI and the effects are freaking awesome. Some of the best I've ever seen in any kind of Star Wars movie. The soundtrack, John Williams, he brings it again like he always does in every movie he's ever had a score in. And overall, it's a fun movie to watch. I enjoyed it. I thought the characters and the acting was good. But in all of this, if you really think about it, you turn your brain on that next day like I did. As an end to the Skywalker saga, this is an absolute failure. As an end to this trilogy, it's doable. J.J. Abrams really did try here, I feel. I think he really tried to retcon everything from Last Jedi while making this one move forward, while keeping all that in the movie and feeling like it was part of the story and the plan from the very beginning, and taking it to an end, which if you like it or you don't, it's the end. And we got it. And now we're going to have to wait to 2022 for some more. But thinking on that, let's think about some of the problems that all this retconning, because there was a lot, brought to this movie. And the first one is what everybody's talking about. This is 3 to 5 movies crammed all into one 2.5 hour movie. And you feel it. It is so fast paced. You'll be here for 30 seconds and then you're on to the next spot. You'll forget about that part. It just keeps going and going nonstop. It almost doesn't even give you time to really take the movie in. And due to all this and the pacing of this movie and how fast it is, you get no, and I mean no character development. Rey goes nowhere. I mean, you do get Rey and Kylo. They do have somewhat of a development towards the end. But really, throughout this movie, they go nowhere else. Rey goes nowhere. Poe absolutely goes nowhere. Finn goes nowhere. And let's just start with that. Finn. Finn was one of my absolutely favorite characters from Force Awakens. So much so, I can actually honestly tell you, I didn't even want Rey to be the freaking Jedi. I wanted Finn to grab that lightsaber and take on Kylo himself. The idea of a stormtrooper turned Jedi just really kind of resonated with me. And we didn't get that, but what we did get was nothing. Because his character, after that, rose. What he did in Last Jedi, and what he does here, he's comical relief. And it's so bad that at one point, he literally is sinking in a sandpit, which I'm going to get to in a minute, because this is literally the worst scene of the whole movie. He's sinking in a sandpit, he's going down, and he says, "Rey, I never told you." Never told her what? You'll never know. You never get the answer. They come out of this pit. Rey even says to him, "What'd you need to tell me?" "Oh, nothing." So that's what we got? That's it? Now he's off and he has like another girlfriend in the movie or something? It's so weird. It makes no sense. Him and Poe butting heads over who gets to hit Rey makes no sense. They both have girlfriends apparently. You even got Poe who's got a girlfriend, Carrie Russell, who they never show her face, just her eyes, who has no character development as well. And apparently it's his girlfriend. At the end, they kind of give that hint like they're going to go kick it. So I guess it's his girlfriend. But yet they're still butting heads over Rey. It made no sense. Finn's character, Poe's character, like I said, I did this one actually earlier. The sound wasn't on, but I never enjoyed Poe throughout this entire trilogy. I thought he came off just as a kind of an asshole that didn't care about other people. It's just a character that never resonated with me, never will. They could have left him out of the whole story as far as I cared. But he was there, and for what he was, I didn't like him. So that's all you're getting out of Poe from me. Let's talk about Rey. Because Rey, oh man. That character, she goes somewhere. She goes to death. That's where her character ends. Spoiler, Palpatine kills her. Kylo saves her. How? With Force. The healing power of Force that just got introduced to us in The Mandalorian. I did hear it was introduced in some games earlier, but I never knew that. I was just like, what's going on? Apparently there's no stakes anymore. They can just bring each other back to life. And speaking of that, shouldn't Kylo be dead? He just fell off a cliff. I don't know if that's how they were trying to explain Palpatine falling and still living. Because Palpatine throws him off a cliff. You see him fall, just like Palpatine did. And then you get the hand over the mountain cliff thing. The generic hand over the mountain. And he comes back, Rey's dead, she lays there for about 10 minutes. Shouldn't she have disappeared? Would have made sense if she had disappeared. That's what Jedi do when they die. Nope. She just lies there dead. Until Kylo comes and gives her the Force life back. And then he disappears immediately. Makes no sense. She should have disappeared. She was dead way too long to not have disappeared. Okay, I need to get off that one. Because the more I think about that one, the lower my score for this movie goes. But let's go back to the sandpit. Because there's some more problems. Like I said, this is the worst scene in the whole movie. It comes right after my reaction when I was watching that trailer. Or it was actually a scene from the movie. They fly now. Well, they fly now goes right into the sandpit. And then they fall down. And there's some MacGuffin devices they're looking for. There's this little triangle piece. There's like 3 of them. There's one Kylo gets to find Palpatine because he's hidden on a special Sith world. And then there's another one that Rey gets that gets destroyed. And then they're like, oh, wait, no. No, those weren't the only 2. There's another one. And it's on this world. And we got to go there. So it could be anywhere on this planet. Anywhere this MacGuffin device could be. And immediately they get on the planet. They go through that whole I'll fly now or they fly now thing. They get thrown off. They sink in the sand. Poe says his little, Rey, I never told you and never get an answer for. They fall in the hole and they're like, oh, look, there it is. Really? It's just right there. There's no Indiana Jones going through the Temple of Doom looking for it. You just fall in a hole, it's there, and you move on. That's part of the pacing. That's the pacing of this whole movie. You never get an answer for how they found it so fast. It's just there. So let's talk about some of these other characters. Kylo Ren. You know, he started out really good in this movie. He's running through, he's literally killing everything alive. He wants to find the MacGuffin device so he can find Palpatine, so he can act like he joins Palpatine, but not really. He wants to get Rey to help him kill Palpatine because he truly wants to be the supreme leader of the entire galaxy. Then he has a 30-second conversation with Dad and he changes his mind. The same conversation he had with his dad in Force Awakens and he killed him. Why not this time? Why ignore him this time? Why suddenly change your mind? In 30 seconds, Kylo went from the worst thing in the galaxy to the finder of the light and the savior of Rey. And then they had their weird make-out scene. I hated the make-out scene. It was just so... It just felt weird to me. The whole thing there felt weird. And let's talk about some of these other characters. Let's talk about some of our old characters. Some of the ones we love. Luke Skywalker. They pretty much shat on the character Last Jedi. And I do feel like J.J. Abrams did try, and he did retcon that character to a degree. He catches the lightsaber. He raises the X-Wing. Gave me goosebumps. Not going to lie. I was really happy that he did that. I think it felt good. It blended in right with the story. Excellent job on that one. Leia, on the other hand. Maybe they should have just hired somebody and, put on her face. Because every scene she was in, the dialogue, the moments she had with Rey, didn't feel right. It just felt like it was another movie interjected into this movie. And it really does. And I really have a problem with that. Because Leia and her character at the end, which is another weird thing. Why she didn't disappear until Kylo disappeared. She was holding on, I guess, for him. Another weird moment of the movie that I didn't like. I feel like she should have just disappeared when she died, like every Jedi do. And they do introduce some new characters here I like. The little guy. I think it's Boba something. I can't really think of his name. He was cute. He'll make a good marketing device. I'm sure a lot of people want to buy him for Christmas. And that was really about all the characters in this movie. That's about all you get. You do get Kerry Russell's character. You do get, Finn does get a new love interest, which I don't know what they were trying to do with that. I almost feel at the end she says something like, look, we're going to see more of her in another Star Wars. She's going to be a new character, maybe coming to Disney Plus or the movies in 22. I didn't like that at all. That just seemed crammed in and try to force in your face. And I'm like, no, I don't want to see any more of her. There's no need. I didn't care for this character in this movie enough for you to say something at the end like more of this character is going to be coming soon. You shouldn't have done that. Bad move. And we need to talk about Emperor Palpatine. So, I'm sure when this trailer came out, everybody was like, Palpatine! Yeah! I wonder how he lived! You'll never know! Because they don't ever tell you how he lives. Nope. You know those little Star Wars beginnings? Where it's like, dun, 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 dun. Well, that's Superman, actually. I can't think of how it goes. But you get that Star Wars beginning. The John Williams scene kicks in. You get that yellow lettering going into the stars. That tells you basically everything you're going to find out about Palpatine. He basically is alive now. He sent a signal out. Everybody heard it. And now he says that you basically need to kneel to me or I'm going to kill you. I'm going to blow you up. Which makes no sense. Because they bring back the Star Killer or the Death Star device on any freaking fighter now. Now has the ability to kill planets. Which is fine. I thought that's fine. That's cool. But then you see the power that the Emperor truly possesses when he uses the lightning force to bring down every fighter out there. Really? Why does he need one of those in? Couldn't the Emperor just literally go to every world and just kill everybody? I mean, if he's that powerful, what's the need for a planet killer? There is none. Another part of this movie that, like I said, if you just think about it too much, you're going to get pissed off, which is probably why I need to cut this review a little short. The more I'm thinking about it, the lower my score goes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off before I just become a complete hater of this. Like I said, as far as the Skywalker saga, it's a failure. As far as the end of this trilogy, it's doable. As a movie, turn your brain off. You'll have a good time. It's what I did. Unfortunately, I turned my brain on after, and the score's been going down. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it off, like I said here, and just go ahead and give Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker a C+. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this review. If you did, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button right down there. Join the Cranks. Help us get to 1,000. We're almost there. We got like 90 more to go. It's been our goal all along just to get 1,000. I would love to even get more than that. But it's the only way we're going to do it, by hitting that subscribe button. Leave comments, likes, shares, all that good stuff. But I'm out of here, guys. Until next time, see you later.